everybody. Welcome back to AM2 Racing. Today we are here at Baku Street Circuit. I think one of our last street circuits of the season. And if the races prior to this so far this week are anything, it sure is to be a spicy one. But first, as always, we will go over the standings. First, we will do driver standings, where we have Electric Blade leading the charge, Stubley right behind him. Then F7R P3, Orlando P4, Mail P5, Spanini P6, Matt Duo P7. We have Nick P8, Fuse P9, JD rounding out your top 10. And then we will go to the team standings as we got Aston Martin on top with 110 points, Red Bull and AlphaTauri close behind. Then we have Haas in P4, Mercedes P5, McLaren P6, Alpha P7, Ferrari P8, Williams P9, and Alpine rounding out the grid. As I welcome in my co-commentator, Red Devil, how are you doing this evening, sir?
Hello, good evening, Mr. B. Schultz. Good evening to everybody in the chat. I'm doing well, thank you. We're here in Baku. Should be an interesting one. If other tiers are anything to go by, we're in for a lot of safety cars, a lot of DNFs. But I'm hoping we have an exception here tonight in AM2, and everybody can race clean and bring the car home.
For sure. Yeah, it's definitely been a interesting week so far with these races, as a lot of them have not had more than 10 finishers. So basically, if you survive, you have a very good chance of getting points. Only 14 drivers here tonight. So again, I think if you survive, you have a very good chance of getting points. Walls are tight around here. Traction is difficult. And you have the longest straight on the calendar. So it should be a good one. And you always got that dreaded castle section as well.
Not a lot of race people racing tonight, which is unfortunate. But that means that a lot of people have an opportunity to get points tonight if they can just survive. And yeah, you'll probably be finishing in the points.
For sure. As I think Mail will be the first one to start his lap, so we'll stay on board with him. Once he starts his lap, if you'd like to take us through a lap around this tight street circuit.
Yeah, sure. He's coming out of the last corner. Think he's still waiting to open his ERS. He's still blinking, but he's about to go through the checker flag to start his hot lap. Let's go on board with the Haas. Breaks it into turn one, gets a good exit out of it, rides the curbs, which is probably the optimal way. Does not lock up going into turn two, opens up the DRS. It's probably the second longest straight here. As we see, Easy 10 is already out of the session. Going up to turn four, it got to go so close into the wall there to extract maximum lap time. Goes down into second gear, and going up to the end of the first sector is a good time on board. Going through the dreaded castle section now, very tight corner. You need to ride the curbs as much as you can to get a good drive off of it. Going through the castle does not do a Charles Leclerc, and actually takes that pretty well. It gets a little bit loose coming out of that section, but still able to keep the car on track.
Hey, he's going to have some
Uh,
tow down the straights too, because his McLaren's not getting out of the way.
yeah, hopefully he does, and the McLaren does get out. So going into the final corner, let's see what his lap time looks like. He's doing a 17.0 at the moment. I'm guessing he's going to put down something in the 41s, but we'll see how good of an exit he got there. Coming up into the long straight here in Baku, about to cross the DRS line, opens up the DRS, takes the short line into and gets a 41.3. to start off. A fantastic lap from the Haas driver, and he almost goes in too deep there, but a good lap from nonetheless from the Haas. As Doubly goes a 10 fast or 2 thousandths faster with 41.2.
So we'll go on board with Fiverr here. I think his teammate may cross the line here first, as he does with a 44.2. But we'll go on board with Fiverr, see if he can set a competitive lap here. A 43.1 to put him just ahead of his teammate so far.
Looks like Electric Blade is next to cross the line. Can he challenge for pole? No, he goes P3 with a 41.9. I believe and as Alpha is next to cross the line. It's Benini. Looks like he's about to go provisional pole here. A good middle sector from the Alpha Romeo driver, your winner from the previous round. He is about to cross the line. No, he goes P3, 41.4. Probably lost some time into the final corner here.
As we'll go on board with his teammate, which should be the next driver to cross the line here. This is also one of those tracks where you can't just get in the car and expect to do good. This is a track that you definitely got to put the practice down as he hits the wall, but that shouldn't hurt him too bad. It was just a little love tap, giving the Baku gods just to say, here's a little piece of my carbon fiber. Let me do good for the rest. As he's going to set a 44.0 to put in P6.
Looks like the McLaren of Orlando is next to cross the line. Can he challenge for that provisional pole? No. He goes P4 with a 141.6. Pretty close at the top here with the top four. Looks like Deathstorm is next to cross the line. He sets a 42.6, puts him P6 with a 42.6. Sorry about that.
As it does look like the prediction is up in chat. So if you do have any channel points, make sure to bet on that. It looks like it is the number of finishers for tonight. As yeah, Easy 10 looks like he retired before the castle section. Maybe just went in too deep or hit the curb and got into the wall there. But unfortunate for the AM3 driver reserving tonight. But in AM2, the guy who started last won the, or sorry, AM3, the guy who started last won the race. So you never know around here. Starting last is not the worst thing in the world. Let all the carnage happen ahead and then just pick positions off one by one.
Yeah, last night was a fantastic drive from the Williams of Nick AC there. Um, he started last, kept himself out of trouble, didn't hit the wall, and was able to get the victory. And as I was looking at Fire Gap there, he was in an out lap, spun, and he resets to track. Guys, it's really not that hard. Remember, you can't reset to track. Yeah. So if you just spin out, bring the car to a good position and then drive out.
No, for sure. Yeah. Definitely need a reminder.
As it looks like Fire Gap would be the first person starting on a hot lap. The Mercedes duo haven't set any lap time here, so it'll be interesting to see what they can do. Fire Gap definitely is one of the faster guys in qualifying, so we might see a good time here from the Mercedes driver. As he bangs into the wall going into turn one. And
Oh my gosh. How did he not lose a tire right there? Doesn't even look like he
uh,
lost a wing.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, his end plates and everything is intact. So,
Hmm.
uh, and he's not having a cleanest of laps. I can tell you that much. He's very close to the walls.
Yeah, he thinks you can ride the walls here. This is not the track you want to be riding the walls, sir. But somehow he hasn't lost any wing yet. I'm a bit confused on that. Damage is definitely on because we saw Easy 10 retire.
Yeah, looks like he might abandon this lap. He was a couple of seconds slower than an optimal time, I think. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I,
But he's going through the castle section. Doesn't look like he's backed out or turned off his ERS, so not sure what he's going for here.
something I've noticed for him is I see he locks up a lot. I've noticed watching him, so that definitely is not helpful around this track. But him and Stubley's TT time were in the 39, so we'll see what they can get.
Yeah, this one, I think he was a couple of seconds slower. Others, at least at the top, were doing 117s to 116s. He did a 120, so might be better for him to just save his tire and go into the pits as that's what he does. So
He
smart
also
from the
gotta be very cautious to not lose a tire in the pit road here, because you want to extract as much time as you can, but it's very easy to push over the limit.
yeah. Looks like Chaggerty would be the next, if I'm correct, across the line. He did a 118 in the middle sector, not competitive for a pole position, but he might go into the midfield here if he puts a good final sector. He's already low on his ERS as well. He's blinking, but he's about to cross the line. Goes into P8, 43.4. Not a totally bad time from the Ferrari driver.
As we'll go on board with MVD here. Eighth place finish last time out for MVD. We'll see where he can put his car for qualifying. As he's coming to the line, DRS open. He's going to set a 42.8 to put in P7.
I think we got the Mercedes of F7 RJ's doing on his hot lap. He's probably the next driver on the list to set a competitive lap time. This would be his first hot lap in this quality session. He's about to cross or go into sector 2 here. Let's see what his split is. He is a couple of seconds down or a second down on the top time, so not sure if he's running maybe lower wings and he can gain enough time going into the long straight. But yeah, he still has a good amount of VRS to his name, so he is opening the DRS right now, about to cross the line. I'm guessing a 142 or 3, something like that. It's a 143.4, puts him P10 as Bonini sets a 148 to put himself in the provisional pole position.
That's a great lap by Spanini right there. He had the toe all the way down the front stretch as well.
Yep.
As Orlando's crossing the line, a 141.3 to keep him P4, but he's very close to the others at the moment.
I think the next person to probably set a hot lap is our Mercedes of Firegab. He's probably starting on his second try. Hopefully, this goes better than his first attempt.
And with only 5 minutes left, probably his last attempt here.
Yeah, for sure. If hopefully he's put on some new tires.
It's effectively one-shot qualifying for Fire Gab here. As with 5 minutes left, and he slams the wall again. He is having a very tough time. Still no wing loss, which I am a bit intrigued by. I definitely know damage is on. I guess he's just got the horseshoe on his side today. We'll see if he can finish out the lap nicely, but not the best of qualifyings for Fire Gab so far today.
Yeah, I believe if you just clip the wall ever so slightly, this track is a little forgiving. Not too much, but it can be. As behind Fire Gab is Stubley, who goes 3/10 faster on the first sector. So he's looking to go provisional pole here. This might be his final attempt as well.
Yeah, Spanini might have done that on his final lap as well, as there's 4 minutes left. He wanted to get out. He could. He'd definitely have to zoom around the track, though, and probably burn out those tires pretty quick. as
Well, there is
fire.
4 minutes left. Sorry, apologies, but
Oh,
there
it's
is
all
four
good.
minutes left, and I think he has enough time to get back out there.
As we'll see, Fire Gab, his time's looking pretty respectable. We'll see what he can get here. He's going to get a 41.7 to put him P5 on his one-shot quali run.
Stubbly looking really good here to challenge for provisional pole. He is 4 tenths up going into the middle sector. He is down in the final straight, opens up the DRS. Pretty low on battery there, but it should be enough to take him through the line. And he sets a 48.
Oh, 1,000th separates your top two.
That is a fantastic lap. Unfortunate for the Aston Martin driver, but he is so close to beating. He was so close to beating Spanini there. Not sure what Spanini will do at the moment. He might choose not to come out, but Mail can certainly challenge him as well as Orlando. So I bet he comes out to do another lap.
Yeah, as it looks like Spanini is about to exit pit road here. But what a lap by Stubley. What are the chances? 1,000th of a second. But to be fair, when we did our AM1 race, I think it was at Netherlands, 3 drivers had identical times. So
It,
it is
it was in
possible, but
Japan.
oh, was it
It was in
Japan?
Japan.
Okay.
Yeah, you, Bamboo, and somebody else. Maybe Mindset, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken. But
yeah,
yeah.
it was pretty crazy. So it is possible, but when you're that driver to set the lap second, it's always depressing.
Well, imagine sending it third, and wink, wink, it was you.
Yeah, I was the last one to set it.
Let's see who's on a hot run here. I believe Male
Yeah, he's
is.
marginally up through the first sector, 600ths of a second. We'll see if he can put the rest of the lap together as Fire Gab retires, as he wouldn't have been able to set another lap anyways.
I think he retired on track, if I'm not mistaken. But oh no,
As
he's.
Mail invalidates, so that is qualifying over for the Haas driver.
Let's see who else is on a hot lap here.
On board with
Probably
Deathstorm, the Williams boy, the lone Williams in this race,
he is
as
half
he
a second.
almost pulls a Charles Leclerc.
He is half a second up on his first sector time, so this is looking like a really good lap from Deadstorm if he can hold it out for the final two sectors. As SW also retires in pit lane, I believe.
Yeah, Deathstorm is basically going to need a second though if he wants to improve any positions, as he lost his wing, I think, or somebody lost their wing at the top of the hill. It is Deathstorm. He lost his end plate. He just wanted to ruin it, so he got some extra straight line speed coming to the end here. As
As
Mail was
Mail,
disqualified.
yeah,
Sorry.
that is interesting. Not sure what happened to Mail there, but he is disqualified, which is interesting. Let's see what. Oh, Deadstorm does abandon his lap, so he goes back into the pits. Let's see here. Orlando was a couple of tenths up on his time. Let's see what Spanini is able to pull out. He is
Oh
three
my
tenths up on
gosh.
his first sector. He's flying at the moment.
Yeah, what a lap so far by him. We'll go on board with Orlando just to see his sector split time. He is 3 tenths up, but he's gonna
Yeah,
have to
he
gain
needs
a
to
lot more to catch Spanini here. Spanini is flying.
definitely. Yeah, he needs to gain a lot of time to him. Chaggerty is about to go into the first sector as well. I believe he has abandoned his lap. It's a qualifying over for him too.
As we'll
Yeah, I
see
think.
what Spanini's second split time is here, but he's looking good around this track so far, as he was your week winner a week ago. Lost a bit of time through the second sector there. As we'll go on board with Orlando just quickly, just to see his second sector split time here, see if it's competitive. And he is up by 3 tenths, so he would stay in third position at the moment, unless he can gain some time in the final sector, which is basically just one corner and a straight. Well, one braking zone, I should say. As Spanini's going to set a 40.5 to increase his lead, and that should be pole for him, I would suspect.
Let's see what Orlando can pull out here. Can he get P2 at least? No, he stays P3 with a 41.0, 2 tenths down on Stubley. Let's see who else. I think Chewy's on a hot lap here. He is pretty much even on his time, so
Yeah, I
don't
think
think
he's
he'll be able to
abandoned as
improve.
he is blinking.
What about F7 RJs? He's going through the final stretch. Probably the only driver left who's doing a hot lap at the moment. Going through the final corner of the track, opens up the GRS. Crossing the line, he sets a 141. Oh, that moves him up to P7. Second improvement there from the Mercedes driver.
And that is
And
qualifying complete. Oh my gosh. A little bit of yawn there.
interesting qualifying there. The Alpha definitely looked really good. Stubley maybe could have challenged him if he done his lap a little bit later, but that looks like your top two drivers uh, for the race win tonight. Electric Blades has really good race pace too, so he might come in. So does Orlando.
It'll be interesting. We'll see. We all know AM2 is the rain division, so you never know on that. Unfortunate for Mail getting disqualified there, but he will try the last to first tonight. As we go through your qualifying order, we have Spanini on pole, Stubley rounding out the first row, Orlando and Electric Blade on the second row, Fire Gab Chaggerty on the third row, F7R Death on the fourth row, MVD Fiber on the fifth row, Fragile Kane on the sixth row, and Easy 10 and Mail rounding out the last row of your grid. So we'll see. Get your predictions in chat of who you think is going to win. With the pace, I would definitely say probably Spanini or Stubley, but you never know what's going to happen because it is Baku.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you can stay out of trouble, you will probably finish the race in points. Yeah, that's the best advice I can give to the drivers, as it looks like we have a dry session. So that's at least good, rain could hamper your race, especially what happened in EU3 with 18 starting and 3 finishing. You do not want to do this track on the rain, believe me. So I think these drivers will be happy that it is dry. Hopefully, it stays dry for the rest of the session as well.
Yeah, we will. We will see. Easy 10 did not put in a time in because he drove straight into a wall. I think. I think he locked up and unfortunately lost a tire early on. But it sounds like I hear the ticker making a noise here. So it sounds like we got go time.
What's your
As we
prediction in the
do.
chat? Who's going to win? Let us know as we are going to start.
And it is lights out and away we go here for 26 laps at Baku. Spanini gets away well. Stubley, not so much. We'll see. Can he hold on to second place? He sure
Oh,
can. As there's
the
carnage
Mercedes,
behind.
the Mercedes come together, and I believe F7RJ is missing an end plate, and that's unfortunate for the team. They're not what you want to see if you're in the Mercedes garage. F7RJ drops to the back of the grid.
As I think we got a move. No, we do not. We have one a bit farther back. A few lockups, but we're looking okay so far. Easy 10 already up to P7. What a start. And now he's fallen back just a hair, but still a great start from him.
Also, a fantastic start from the Haas of Mail. He started probably last, I'm not sure, with the disqualification, but he is up to P7. Fantastic start for the Haas driver.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. As Fire Gab going for a move. Not surprised there. Very aggressive driver. Going too wide through the castle is not going to work, though.
As Mail passes Chaggerty just before the castle, and he's about to go one-on-one with Fiverr, I think.
That's not a spot to pass, but we'll see if he can make it work. These drivers are very aggressive to start this race. As there's a wall for Fiverr, that's going to need a pit stop to repair that. His wing is gone.
Yeah, Fiverr definitely looks slower. He's they're behind by 4 seconds to the top 4. So Mail needs to really use his ERS to catch back up to the top of the field, as the top four are just flying at the moment.
Yeah, I don't think it helps with that turn one. Oh,
Oh,
it's Stubbly into the
Stubley
pits. Must have had damage.
trying to see if he, gets any changes in his wing. I'm assuming, yes, easy 10 is out of.
Did he
Not sure
retire?
where.
Did he hit his tire in pit road? Maybe.
Oh yeah, because he it looks like he's just his car is in pit road, and yeah, looks like
Yeah,
he's out of the
VSC.
race. BSC,
Look,
unfortunate for the guys who pit. They would have probably hoped for a safety car.
that is really unfortunate. Very aggressive racing, especially at the start there. Let the top three pull away. Basically had from fifth on back all pile up into turn one, and basically just let the top four, yeah, take it. And now we're back to green here, so we'll see if anybody can shake anything up.
Looks like the top 4 or 5 drivers are starting on the medium tires. So yeah, they'll be able to pull away. Chaggerty is the first driver on the hards. So yeah, hopefully Mail can catch back up. But these three, if they don't make any mistakes, looks like your top three. As the top two are trying to pull away from Electric Blade as well, and he's over a second down. He's trying to pull it back with ERS maybe.
As I'd be intrigued to what happened to Stubley there. Be very interested because he pit and he was sticking with the top guys, so must have had a little bit of wing damage.
Yeah, he did repair his wing. So yeah, I'm not sure what the problem was. Yeah, but unfortunate for him, he's down in P11. Hurts his chances for this championship too.
As DRS is enabled, Easy 10's day has gone from bad to worse. Rex out in quali and then Rex out entering pits, but that's just a risk you're willing to take to try and get everything you can from pit road.
The top three are just gonna pull away now. I think with the DRS, they're probably going to just switch the lead and probably keep the position for sure. The guys from P4 and down will be hoping for a safety car for sure to pull them back in. As Stubley gets passed by F7 RJs,
This is
and Stubley
when
is into the pit
pit
again.
again, yeah. Had the qualifying pace, but doesn't look like he's got the race consistency to start the race so far. Aston Martin's going to run out of wings in no time at this pace.
Yeah, that's pretty unfortunate for the Aston Martin driver. And there's a caution. Bradley is out of the
Yeah,
race.
that is not what you love to see. It looks like he may have just locked up there as
Yeah, I
his
think
car is
going
just
to
parked
the
in the wall.
section. Yeah, I think he lost his car just before the turn for the castle. And Fiverr gets a drive-through penalty. Uh, the Alpine's race is going from bad to worse here. One teammate is DNF, the other gets a drive-through. Yeah, guys, be careful of your delta. Uh, you know, don't want to do that. Let's see what the top guys do here. Do they come into the pits because they have a substantial lead and it's a safety car. So they could put on a set of the hards or set of the softs and pull away. Looks like Electric Blade is listening to the advice and he's going into the pits. Let's see what tires he puts on.
As we flash the tire graphic up on screen here, so everybody in chat can see what we got going so far. As the chat says, Fraggly got put in the wall by Chaggerty. If
Oh,
that's the case, that is not what you love to see. As we look at the biggest gainers and losers, as we look at Mail Carton up 11 spots from starting last on the grid after he got disqualifying qualifying for trying to let people pass, and Stubley, your biggest loser, with minus 10 spots.
Chaggerty did repair his wing there, so yeah, whatever is one mentioned in the chat, you're probably right. They did come together, and yeah, caused Fragly to DNF. That's unfortunate. As somebody's spinning there, Kane is spinning under the safety car. Unfortunate for the Alfa Romeo driver. He lost a couple of spots coming out of the pit, I think.
That is not what you love to see. as this is a very tricky turn on the track, turn 7. It's very easy to lock up and brake too late, or if you hit the curb too far, it'll just shoot you out there to the left. So that and the castle, very easy to die, I would say.
Yeah. Looking at the tire graphic, the top five are in 3 lap old mediums. The rest of the guys below are on 0 or 1 or 2 lap medium tires. Uh, I know it's not a lot in terms of laps, but 3 lap fresh mediums can be handy for sure. And Electric Blade will be looking to make some moves and challenge for the top.
Yeah, rears do cook very easily around here. In only
Yeah,
one
it's
or two laps, they're basically at 10%.
Yeah, it's funny how the where gap is from the fronts to the rears. It's almost double by the time you pit.
Yeah, this track is very bad for that. As it looks like we have the Mercedes safety car this week instead of the Aston. The Aston needed a week off after last week, so they called in the Mercedes to put a few laps in this week.
Well,
As
considering
male, I don't know what that was. Sorry to cut you off there. I don't know if he was trying to fake the pit stop or what, but that was a bit dangerous.
I think he was faking it there, but he hopefully that was within limits and not crossing the white line.
As Spanini's trying to push the Mercedes safety car along, he's like, "Get going here, brother. Tires are cooling down too quick. We need to pick up the pace." He wants to see some green flag racing
As
just like the rest of
Fragley
us.
has, oh, I was just about to say Fragley left the session, but he's DNF'd. Unfortunate for the Alpine. Remember, the other Alpine has a drive-through as well, which is unfortunate. So he's going to have to serve it once the safety car comes in. So he's not going to be challenging or for any positions. He's going to be the one hoping for another safety car.
We should come up with a name for our safety car driver. We seem to see him a lot on the track, so we need to come up with a name. What name predictions in chat? What should we call him? John? Should we name him John? John, the safety car driver?
Well, at least in Baku, we need to call him driver of the day.
Yeah, he'll probably lead the most laps.
From what I've seen this week, I think you're probably right. Safety car has probably led the most laps.
There we go. We got a name, Steven. Steven, the safety car driver. That's what will be his name for this week. So we'll see. Does Steven come in this lap? We'll see. Do the lights turn off? As the lights are still on, but I think they just turned off as Steven is going to dive into the pits here. So we're going to go back green. We'll see what can happen.
If I'm Spanini, I'm gonna start
Stefan.
going.
You was no, it's Steven. That's not Stefan.
Well, as I was gonna say, if I was Spanini, I would be starting just as close to the checkered flag as possible, or uh, uh, yeah, basically at the end of the lap as possible. You don't want to give anybody tow going into turn one.
Yeah, but you gotta remember as well, you can't pass until the start finish. So as Spanini is gone, he did not want Red Devil's perspective. He's like, I'm not listening to you. I'm going for it. As we got Mail being aggressive, going for the pass on the outside here, and he is going to make it work.
Fantastic move from the Haas driver. He's having a great race here. From P14 is up to P2.
As it looks mostly single file. As we'll see if it just calms down a little bit here.
Stubley is able to pass Kane and is now into the points in P10. Spanini is definitely pushing though on this lap. He's trying to get that gap over a second to Mail.
Yeah, Mail definitely looks like he has the pace. His Electric Blade, is he going to go for a pass? No, he thinks better of it. But farther back, we got Stubley diving it down the inside. There is contact. Don't know if anybody lost a wing. We look good so far, but a very aggressive move by the Aston Martin driver. I think he might be a bit frustrated with how his race has gone so far.
Yeah, he's already lost a couple of wings. He doesn't want another damage on it, next to his name, so hopefully he'll be able
Oh,
to keep.
sorry, didn't mean to cut you off there. Fire gap basically almost in the wall. Good for Electric Blade to be able to avoid him there.
As it looks like Orlando is looking to make the move on Mail going into turn one. Uh, yeah, he definitely has some straight line speed there with the help of ERS as well. Is able to make the pass. Uh, and he's definitely closing in on the leader as well. He probably gained about 5 to 6 tenths there on Spanini too. But Spanini's middle sector times are really great. He was able to pull away from Mail and Orlando.
As we might have had a few competitors in the wall at turn two, but looks like everybody's come out unscathed for the most part.
Electric Blade is moving down the inside of Deathstorm here, and he's able to complete the pass as well. He's on a 3-lap old mediums versus 6-lap old mediums on the Williams driver. An easy pass going into turn four.
As Stubley again being very aggressive, locking up, almost killing the Ferrari driver. He's making moves. That is for sure.
Yeah, he has a long way to go if he wants to get back into the podium this week. As Orlando is still keeping up with the race leader. Electric Blade slowly catching the top three with his fresh set of mediums.
As there will be a DRS train forming behind Deathstorm. That is not the spot you want to be in. You do not want to be the lead car at the moment.
Fire Gap will be looking to make the move on Death here.
As we'll go on board with
He
Orlando for the pass for the lead. Sorry to cut you off. We'll go back to that battle in a second. Looks like Orlando is going to get it done. As
as
we
we're
have
getting
three
three
wide,
wide
sorry.
action as Chewy and Fire Gap go past Deathstorm, and DRS is enabled as well. Some very interesting battles brewing here.
Oh,
Oh,
as
Deathstorm is into the wall. He's out.
Deathstorm gets killed. I mean, killed by the Ferrari of Chaggerty. It's like, I think it was Chaggerty, just did not hit the brakes and just completely took out Deathstorm.
Ah, that is unfortunate.
That's definitely probably going to warrant a penalty, as Death was having such a good race too. He was just a bystander there. The driver just completely, I mean completely missed the braking zone and decided to drive straight into the side of Deathstorm.
Ah, that is,
As
yeah.
Stefan is back
So,
out on track.
well, anybody who predicted there's going to be more than 12 to finish, I'm sorry, you've lost your bet.
Yeah, that was something. I just caught, I didn't catch who did it. I saw somebody drive straight into turn two. But we just caught the end of it there, but that is really unfortunate. Nothing, I mean nothing Deathstorm could do there.
Yeah, that's pretty unfortunate.
As it does look like it was Chaggerty who took him out, unfortunately.
Yeah. Let's see what the top guys do here. They come in. It will be interesting to see what Electric Blade does, to be honest. I'm guessing he's diving in. Yeah. So not the medium tires putting on the mediums didn't really benefit him. He just lost a set of the mediums, unfortunately.
as F7R stays out, trying to catch Stefan, our safety car driver for the week.
Well, F7R is definitely banking on another safety car because he is on 7 level mediums. The others are probably going to get past him. So yeah, as Mail is the only driver who goes on another set of the medium tire, as Chaggerty is retired from the session too.
So as
Not sure where.
long,
Oh, in turn one. So he goes into the wall in turn one, looks like, or coming out of the pits. I'm not sure,
yeah,
but he's out as well.
that's a bit disappointing, taking out another driver and then retiring. But it
I,
is what it is. We'll just
not
continue
sure if
on.
he retired, but he definitely went into the wall. I think he went into the wall there. But yeah.
Either way, as long as you finish 23 laps now, you will get some sort of point. So just keep it out of the wall, everybody. We don't want to see Stefan any more this race. He's done a great job for us so far leading the field, but I think his time has come to an end. As while there's a safety car, we can always talk about
Well, the
um,
F1 race is back this weekend.
Austria. Yeah,
Uh,
Australia. Sorry,
yeah,
I was about to
Australia.
say.
Yeah, will be another Verstappen show, but I'm excited to see who's gonna fight for that P2 position. Hopefully, the Ferraris can, you know, do a good job, and maybe one of those drivers, either Carlos or Leclerc, can get a P2. Uh,
I'm hoping
but
Danny. Oh, as F7R dives into the pits here, I'm hoping that we have Danny Rick and Oscar Piastri. Great race, their home race.
yeah.
Danny Rick didn't get to race in Australia last year, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm sure he'll be excited to get back on the track there.
Yeah, the Honey Badger will definitely be looking for some points there, as well as Oscar. I think Oscar will have a good race. You know, his home race, McLaren, is a really good car. He was able to, or him or Norris. I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, maybe it was Norris who held Lewis there in Jeddah for the most part of the first sector. So I'm assuming they'll be really good in Australia as well, especially going through some of the tighter corners there. The
Yeah,
straight,
I think
I think they're
McLaren
getting really
is
fast.
I think
Yeah,
McLaren is better in the fast speed corners than the low speed corners. It seems like
yeah,
that's what they say, anyways. So we'll see how Australia suits their car, but I'm hopeful. I am a McLaren fan, so I'm hoping they survive. Um, it should be interesting having to stay up till 1 a.m. to watch the race, but avid F1 fans here, you got to do what you got to do.
yeah. Thank you, Lewis. Yes, that was Norris who held off at Hamilton there at the end. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, we got to give Jeddah the credit to Kevin Magnussen, made that race actually watchable.
yeah.
Because
He was fantastic. You know,
yeah,
it
that
was
was
nothing
basically
for
the only
him
good
there.
thing.
Yeah, there was no reward for him there, but he single-handedly got Hulkenberg the point. So yeah, and also not to forget Behrman, he had a fantastic race. I thought. Did he finish P7 or eight?
I couldn't tell you, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
I think
he had a
P7,
fantastic.
though.
Yeah, he had a fantastic race. I was really impressed by him. You know, first race, not easy to come in,
Oh.
especially in the Ferrari with the expectations. So yeah,
As it
and as
looks like Stefan is coming into the pits here. So we will go green once more. Hopefully, Stefan has seen his last track time for the day. And we will go green with 10 drivers. If they do complete lap 23, they do score points. So it's just about survival from here on out, I'd say. We'll see what is in store. We'll see when Orlando goes. And he looks like he has taken off. Doesn't look like he's caught Spanini sleeping that bad. But we will see. Does anybody make a move into turn one?
I hope not. F7RJ is doing the smart thing here. He's just you know, stepping back and
As Mail's going to
Heading
go for
under
the
two.
move. It looked pretty clean. No contact from my view, so great.
Ch- just about to say Chaggerty's out, but he's going to be out of the race.
So Orlando keeping P1 as everybody's single file. I wouldn't be surprised if it simmers down just a hair now that everybody knows they can score points as long as um, they stay in the race. And there are more than 14 drivers in the league. We just only had 14 drivers tonight. But we do have lots of different divisions. We have 7 divisions, 4 on the EU side, 3 on the AM side, running from Monday to Thursday.
Looks like Fiverr and Kane are going side by side into the castle section. Kane smartly backs out of that move. Don't want to be going too wide there. Fiverr is definitely holding up Kane. He's over 2.5 seconds behind Stubley. Mail will be looking to make a few moves here because he's on the softer of the two compounds on the mediums. The top two are on the hards. Bonini looks like he's going to make the move for the lead on this lap.
It'll be interesting. DRS is not enabled yet. If I was him, I wouldn't burn all my ERS. I would just sit behind him until that DRS is enabled. They gave us a great cam here, as you see Electric Blade going for the move, and he is going to make it down into turn 1. Gave us the helicopter shot. That's always what you love to see.
As Mail gets a little bit loose there, but he's able to keep the car. No damage, I think, as he goes close to the wall on turn 2 as well.
As Stubley and Fire Gap almost come together, but no contact, so that is good. As our cost Formula 1 bot in chat does not know what he's talking about. But everybody
Looks like
within DRS back to Fiverr. So it should be getting interesting here once DRS is enabled, I think on lap 13.
looks like Electric Blade got a little bit loose there as well. Hopefully for his sake, he didn't have a moment in the wall.
As we have a yellow, and it looks like there might have been a stack up in the castle. It looks like
Looks like it's Ipsy.
S7R,
Yeah,
but he's got back
not
going.
not sure if he's lost a wing or anything. Let's see here. He is missing a left end plate. Hopefully he doesn't put it into the wall before getting into the pit road.
Spanini is all over the back of Orlando. He's definitely going to get the move done down into turn 1 this time, in my opinion. As we
As Chewy
got...
make move on Mail as well.
I was just about to say that, so that is perfect. As DRS does become enabled, Spanini sits behind, probably trying to wait for the DRS here. As we are officially halfway through after this lap. Oh my gosh, this is going to be a long one, ladies and gentlemen. Get your popcorn.
F7RJs goes into the pit, presumably for a new front wing. As Fiverr is like really slowing down Kane here. He's over 10 seconds down. Kane will be looking to make the move, and he does. Goes into P8 and makes the move on Fiverr. He should be able to get away, but he's 10 seconds down on the top 7, so not hopeful that he'll catch up back to the top of the grid.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. We'll see. It should shake up to be a good one.
The top 7 looks like everybody is within the DRS. As I say, that Stubley briefly goes out of it. He'll be hoping to come back, use a little bit of that juice from the ERS to get himself into DRS of Mail. As also looks like Electric Blade is out of DRS as well, so he is going to be vulnerable to Chewy. He's also blinking, so probably going to be an easy pass for the McLaren driver.
As Panini is probably going to make a very easy pass on Orlando here as
There's the
F7R
caution.
retires on track. And that is no points for him as the safety car of Stefan is back out on track once more.
I think he probably put himself into the wall there, to be honest. Going into that, coming out of the castle, or going in. I think, yeah, it's directly in the castle section. So I think he put himself to the wall there.
Well, while we have time, Lewis in or Louis or however you say it, I don't want to butcher it. If someone would like to drop the Discord link in chat, we're always looking for new drivers. So if you want to join that, join the community. We're always welcome. There you go. So you can always join that. Um, yeah, under another safety car here, third of the day. Haven't got too many green flag laps in, but not
Yeah,
really a shock because it is Baku, unfortunately.
yeah, just about to say to Louis, there's four different tiers in the EU side. So yeah, I think we race from Monday to Thursday on the EU side. So if you're in one of the top three divisions, yeah, for sure, sign up. Yeah, we got really good drivers in EU as well. So yeah, you'll be having some fun for sure.
I hate safety cars.
Yeah, with especially with only 14 drivers today, which is not good to see. AM2 should really be doing a better job with that. But yeah, even with just 14 drivers, we're on what our third safety car with one virtual, if I'm not mistaken. So
Yeah,
yeah,
so yeah, we've got 3 full, one VSC, so that means one safety car remaining. And then there will be no more. I'm a bit shocked that we've already had 4 safety cars when we've only started with 14 drivers. But it is what it is, as the
Electric
back end of the
Blade.
grid's all gonna come into pit here.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see what Electric Blade goes on to because he already used two sets of the mediums, and he's going to put on three lap old mediums for the end of the race, which is interesting. Stubbly making himself, putting himself up to P5 after a horrific start. Couple of broken wings for the Aston Martin driver, but he's back up to fifth position. Will be looking to consolidate as many points as he can.
Yep. But yep, there's the Discord link for anybody that wants to join. We're always looking for members. You can always follow here for the stream for free. It's always free to follow, and if you have a Twitch Prime sub available, you can always use that here. Get our emotes and sub badges. Or if you'd like to pay to get a sub, that is an option as well. It is always much appreciated. As we are sorry to have another safety car here, but that is Baku for you. It seems that is always how Baku
Oh,
goes.
Aid! He puts it into the wall under the safety car. Oh boy.
And we're
Uh,
down to
I just
8.
I just went on board with him, and I think he got loose coming out of the castle section down to the straight. I'm sorry, I don't know the turn number here, but that was just awful. Unfortunate for the Alfa Romeo driver, but come on, guys, it's a safety car. I know you need to catch up to the field, but you shouldn't be losing the car there.
Yeah. 8 drivers. Like
Well,
what I'm confused about is when we're down to 10, why you wouldn't just take it a bit easier. You literally just have to finish the race and you get points.
yeah,
I'm just I
yeah,
I'm
looks
trying to
like
be
everybody.
positive, but it's hard when
Yeah, it
there's
looks
not
like
much racing.
everybody who predicted 8 or lower is gonna get some really good points, cost points today.
McLaren's looking golden. If they can just keep both their cars in the race here, yeah, they're looking great.
Yeah, that would be the best finish for the McLaren duo of the season. I'm thinking. Orlando has definitely showed up in the last 2 or 3 races for sure since Monza. Before that, he wasn't looking too hot, but he's cooking now, and yeah, hopefully he can mount a charge in the championship here.
Yeah, we will see.
As we hopefully this is the last safety car. We're waiting for it to come back in. Spanini has looked fantastic again. Uh, Probably looking for the win. Will be interesting to see what Stubley and Fire Gap can do. They are on 2 lap and 1 lap mediums, as well as mail with 1 lap old hards, as the three are in 7 lap tires. Will be interesting to see if they can mount a challenge to the top.
Their tires shouldn't be that bad though, seeing we've had so many safety car laps. I know we had, I think, 3 or 4 laps of racing there, but Stefan is gonna dive into the pits here. Hopefully, don't see him again, but wouldn't be shocked if we do. But yeah, we'll go racing with 8 drivers, 10 laps to go here. We will see what it's like to the finish.
Let's see how when Spanini decides to go here. He took off pretty early last time around, so not sure if he's gonna change the strategy. Orlando and Chewy will be looking to be hot on the Alpha's heels going into the first turn.
As he's waiting a
As
bit longer than usual.
Spanini, yeah, Spanini gets off. I think that's the optimal time to get off on
And
this
that's
track for
gonna
sure.
kill. That's gonna kill MVD there. Gonna let Electric Blade through.
Looks like Fire Gap had a moment there as well, and he drops to P7. Mail was able to make a move on him.
As we'll see if Spanini tries to get away quickly again, as it looks like Stubley might go for the move, as he is going to make it. Very nice move from Stubley right there.
Not a great start for the Alpha of Chewy there. He's lost a couple of positions from after the safety car restart. So hopefully for him, he can keep up with these top guys who are on fresher tires. Electric Blade is on even fresher tires than the top two, so he'll be looking to see if he can make the moves.
I can show tires under the next safety car if we get one. It just clogs up the screen. But if Red Devil on my co-coms would like to run through the tires, we can get that
Yeah,
going here.
sure. The top two are on 8 level hards, along with MVD, who's on 8 level mediums, Electric Blade on 5 level mediums, Stubbly on 3 lap mediums, uh, and Mail and Fire Gap on 2 lap old tires as well.
There you go. But I will be sure to show it if we get another safety car here. As it looks like the top three have pulled out of DRS of Stubley. As it looks like Orlando is going to make the move. Relatively easy. He's probably running a little bit less downforce in that car, I would say, because he's been rapid on the straights all race long.
Oh, as Electric Blade almost hits the wall there, trying to make a move on the outside. He gets a 3-second penalty. He's going. Totally loose going into that corner, and Stubbly takes advantage, moves himself up to P3.
As that
Looks
is
like
unfortunate.
Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be the top two are going to be the drivers to watch out for P1. Stubbly trying to use his battery, I think, and trying to close in on the top two. Hopefully, before the DRS, he can close the gap down to under a second. As Electric Blade looks like he's dropping off from behind Stubbly. Yes, Electric Blade again has a moment going through Castle. Yeah, he's not having the best of times on these medium tires. Stubbly looks like he's unable to keep up with the top two as well.
As Spanini and Orlando do look like the two class of the field at the moment, as Fiverr back there in eighth, just running his own race at this point, looking to bring home some
Kane.
points for Alpine.
I thought Kane had a moment there, but he already DNF'd. I'm getting way too excited.
As Spanini's gonna dive for a move down the inside. No, did not have the straight line speed as DRS is enabled for the second time this race.
It looks like Fire Gap, Chewy, and Mail are going to be fighting it out for P6. They're going to go side by side. Going into turn two, Fire Gap does take the position from Mail, but they're going to be side by side going into turn three, I'm guessing. Has trying to make the move here, but stays behind in P7. Electric Blade definitely has lost out here. He is now 2.5 seconds behind almost to the top three. Stubbly making his way in, and he's now within a second of the top two. Would be
I'd
a
be
fantastic comeback.
intrigued. Sorry, I'd be
Sorry.
intrigued to see if Electric Blade has any sort of damage.
Yeah, I think he's definitely losing time in the second sector through the castle section, at least on the previous laps. But this lap is looking like it's much better, and he is catching up. He is, mind you, on only 5-lap-old mediums, and the top two are 10-lap-old hards. So he should have the pace over the top two. It just depends on how good his setup and his comfort with the track is at the moment when you compare it with Orlando and Spanini.
As I
As
heard somebody.
Electric Blade is looks like coming out of the straight, the final straight. His car,
And
yeah, he's put it in the
it's
wall there.
only a
As
VSC, but lots of guys diving into the pits here. Fire Gab's
Fire
gonna
Gap,
risk it and stay out. This is the last
ah,
safety car, so that might be a smart move by Fire Gab there to gain position, seeing it is only a VSC. They're gonna have to gain
well,
a lot of time per lap to be able to catch up to Fire Gab, as we have had a total of 5 safety cars now.
yeah, they're the Orlando
Oh,
drive through. Oh,
Spanini just ruins his own race right there to get a drive through. As we'll throw the tire graphic up on the screen real quick. Fire Gap only on 5 lap mediums. I think he has the winning strategy as long as he keeps it out of the wall.
yeah, not sure why the other drivers pit, but Fire Gap with a brilliant strategy there. The top 3 or 4 drivers need to make up a lot of time, and as I think we are green now as well. So let's see what Stubbly and Orlando can do. Spanini is virtually out of the race.
Yeah, Spanini with that drive through, especially with no more safety cars, that will drop him down to 7th. He will definitely, most likely, finish there. He still will get points as long as he finishes the race, but Fiverr moves up another spot. Again, just running his own race. You gotta respect it. He's just trying to survive and get those points. But Stubbly would have to gain basically 2 seconds a lap to catch Fire Gab by the end of this thing, as the race is definitely going to get spread out now. So we'll go on board with Fire Gab. We'll keep in mind the gaps, but we'll just see if he can finish this race out.
Well, what will be interesting is by the time Stubbly catches up to him, his tires will be cooked if he can catch up to him. That's a big, you know, that's a question in itself, but not sure. Orlando seems to have lost out a lot though, because he's over 5 seconds behind this Orlando. Orlando has a drive-through as well. I did
Oh,
not notice
yeah, I
that.
didn't
So
notice that.
so Orlando and Spanini have drive-throughs. So
So
this
both
means
out of this
Mail,
race.
yeah, Mail with after starting dead last is up into the podium positions.
What a race so far. As again, we'll stay on board with Fire Gab here. Stubbly is catching, but not quick enough. It's also one thing to catch, it's another thing to pass. But those soft tires in the end will be cooked. So if I was Fire Gab, I would just make sure I do not put it into a wall. I do not want any type of damage. I don't
Fire
care.
gap.
Sorry, I don't
Sorry.
care how slow I got to be going around this track. Just don't put it into a wall.
Yeah, Fire Gap just needs to nurse these tires to the end there. Even if he's passed by Stubbly, he's gonna get a P2. So that's not a bad result for the driver. Oh, as he goes into the wall there a little bit. Hopefully he doesn't have damage. He's been very loosey goosey this entire race. So for if I was Fire Gap, I would be taking it easy and just concentrate on bringing the car home. If it's P1, great. If it's P2, that would be fantastic too. I believe that would be his best result of the season as well. So I will take that if I were Fire Gap at the moment. Stubbly looks to be catching Fire Gap. He's almost closed like 3 seconds on him or 4 seconds in the span of 2.5 laps or 1.5 laps. Yeah, he's probably going to set the fastest lap of the race as well with a 1:42.8. Looks like there's no more battles through the field. There's a big gap here. So yeah, not a lot of wheel-to-wheel action going on. The drivers are just looking to bring the car home at this point. The only thing I can think of is what will happen at the end of the race if Stubbly catches Fire Gap, but that's probably about it.
Yeah, he
Not
is
sure.
catching relatively quickly. I think
Yeah,
he'll catch, but again, it's another thing to pass and keep the position because those
yeah.
softs will be destroyed. But Fire Gab, I'm sure his tires aren't doing too well. I don't know if it's a visual glitch or what, but he seems to lock up at the same corners every single lap. So his tires maybe dying.
Yeah, it looks like Mail isn't catching too much to Fire Gap as well. So it looks like it's going to be a fight between these two for the race win. Yeah, not sure if Orlando and Spinini are going to go head to head as well. Yeah, seeing as
Even
the gap between them is about 3 seconds.
even if Fire Gap doesn't win, I still love this strategy call because he still
Yeah,
gained a crap ton of positions by staying out there. I think he was sixth before the
yeah,
VSC. So, I
something
mean,
like
I
that.
think he's at least going to finish second no matter what. It doesn't seem like Mail's really catching. So, I think that's a great strategy call by Fire Gab.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. If he can get like 4 positions because of that, that will be a fantastic result for him. He's blinking as well. Is Fire Gap?
Oh!
Oh,
Did he hit the wall there, or was that a
yeah, yeah.
visual glitch? Oh, he's lost an
He's
end plate. Oh no, he hasn't lost an end plate. That
like,
was. Oh my gosh, he almost hit the wall again. Fire Gab, if you're
ah,
listening, you just have to bring the car home, brother.
I am getting nervous for Fire Gap here. Don't worry about P1. Just concentrate on bringing the car home. You will get P2.
As he is struggling on those tires at the moment.
Yeah, Strubley is gonna catch and pass him definitely. Will be interesting to see if Mail can do, but he has over 10 seconds to catch up in the 3 laps, so I don't know if he can.
And we got to remember, Stubley at the beginning of this race, I think pit on lap one and lap two. So a great recovery drive from the Aston driver.
Yeah, not sure if Orlando is catching Chewy as well, slightly. Not sure if team orders are gonna come and play there, as Orlando is ahead of Chewy in the points. That'll be interesting to see what shapes up. But looks like Stubbly has caught Fire Gap and is now within a second of the Mercedes driver.
Yep, if I was Fire Gap, I honestly wouldn't even fight this.
Yeah,
And if I was Stubley, I would make the move just under the DRS straight. I wouldn't try anything stupid because I mean, you're not going to be fighting Stubley. If I was Fire Gab, your fight is to just try and stay in front of Mail, which is 11 second back. So I mean, just give him the position and try and bring the car home. In my opinion,
yeah. He tried something for the win. It didn't work out. but he's definitely done a fantastic job with the strategy call. If he ends up getting P2 here, uh, yeah, I would definitely be happy with that. And yeah, he's very loosey goosey going into the corners, so I would watch it. Looks like Orlando is slowly catching Chewy as well. Caught up to him about 2 or 3 tenths in the first couple of sectors. He's now within almost within 2 seconds of his teammate.
As if anybody does wreck out now, they do get points where they finish. I'm not telling you to wreck out, by the way. I'm just saying if anybody does, unfortunately, DNF from here on out, they will still get points because they have completed 90% of the race. But Stubbly, you can definitely tell, fastest driver on the track at the moment with those soft tires. But we'll just see. Can Mail Carton catch Fire Gap? I say no, but you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, he's caught up about a second this lap, which is not enough. He needs to be catching at least 3 seconds per lap to be able to make a move on Fire Gap, which I don't see happening, but you never know. Yeah, one mistake from Fire Gap, especially on those old tires, and Mail could be right there. As I think Chewy and Orlando are about to go at it in the straight here. Orlando within a second of his teammate. Not sure if team orders are going to come in play here. Chewy is definitely using ERS, so I'm not sure if these drivers are. I'm not sure if team orders are in play here for these drivers.
Well, we saw last week Hamilton and Rosberg situation between these two drivers, so I'm sure there's no love lost there. I
That's
think I
new.
think MVD wants this spot. I don't think he wants to let his teammate by, but I think it's just a matter of time.
Oh, he does. No, he does not. I thought he was moving to. Oh, he does leave his teammate. So yeah, looks like he's going to give up the position. That's a
Yes,
smart thing to do there, especially with Orlando so close to fighting for the championship. MVD. I think Orlando does definitely owe MVD one for sure.
as half the grid is no longer with us, but half the grid is staying to the finish. We'll go on board with Stubbly here again, as Mail is catching, just not quick enough. But we'll go on board Stubbly as he's gonna almost come to the last lap.
Mail was about 8 seconds behind going into sector three last lap around. He's 5.8, so I don't think he's going to be able to catch the Mercedes driver, unfortunately. But it's still going to be a great result for the Haas.
You know, especially after getting disqualified in qualifying, great result for
Yeah,
the Haas there.
and also not to forget Stubbly. He pit on lap one, and I believe he pit twice for a front wing. So it's an amazing comeback from him too to get the win here.
Yeah, I think he pit on
Yeah,
lap one and lap two, so great
yeah,
recovery drive by the Asta driver. And I got to give a shout out to Fiverr. You know, he's just bringing the car home in one piece. That is what you
yeah,
love to see to score him his best points of the season.
yeah. He's just having his own race. He knows he's probably not at the pace with some of the other guys on this track. Yeah, but he's done an amazing job to keep the car and not lose any of his tires or wings. Probably he lost a couple of wings, but he's not lost his tires. So, it's gonna be P7 for him. Amazing finish.
As Stubbly, last time through the castle section here,
Mail is closing in though. He's about 4 seconds, but is it too little, too late for the Haas driver?
I would say so.
He is banging walls a little bit. He can see the Mercedes up ahead, so it's only 2.7 now, two and a
Yeah,
half seconds.
the Mercedes
It,
is not having good traction at the moment.
yeah, he just needs to get a good traction out of the final corner, and he should be golden. He does have a lot of ERS as well, 30%. So if he just coasts through this final corner here, he can get P2. Looks like he's going to.
As Stubley's going to come to the line, and he is going to win here at Baku after pitting on lap 1 and 2. As Firegab is going to come home second. Male P3, great podium for them, great drives. Orlando P4, MVD P5, Spanini P6, and Fiverr rounding out your finishers. Just now coming to the final stretch, but great drive by him to keep out of all trouble and still come away with some points.
Yeah, definitely. Spunini and Orlando will be kicking themselves. Stubley will be really happy with the win, especially because the top two competitors, Spunini and Orlando, got a drive-through. So he was just basically handed the win there. As Male gets driver of the day, I think that's appropriate. I could argue Fire Gab with that strategy is also a contender for one.
For sure. As you got an all Canadian podium, that is what you love to see. Oh, Canada, baby. That is awesome to see. All the Canadians up there. That will probably never happen in real life, but as long as we can enjoy it in the fictional world. As Red Devil is going to take us through the finishing order.
I am actually inviting, so
Okay,
I will
I
leave
am
that to you.
going to take you through the finishing order. There's not much to go through, as we got Stubley finishing in P1, also with the fastest lap. That will net him 26 points. We have Firegab P2, Male P3, Orlando and MVD, both McLarens, 4 and 5 respectively. Spanini P6, Fiverr P7. Those are all your finishers of today, with 7 cars with the DNF. Well, that was an interesting one, to say the least. Not the best of racing out there, not the worst, I guess. But good drives for the top 3 to stay out of trouble. And we'll see what next week brings as we head on to Miami. But we will do some interviews here as we're waiting for to join. I'll just set a reminder of we got EU1 and AM1 tomorrow. EU1 will take place at 5 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. UK, and then AM1 will be taking place at 9 p.m. Eastern, 1 a.m. UK, if I am not mistaken. As we will talk to our first place finisher this week first instead of third. So, Stubley, good drive from you there, sir. I know you had to come back through the field after the pit stops on lap 1 and 2. Did you think you were going to win the race?
Uh, Absolutely not. I thought as soon as I hit that wall and I got that front wing damage, I was pretty upset. I thought my chances were kind of went down the toilet, but and then of course trying to pit and get a new wing, I got obviously the auto function is doing wonders for me. So I definitely did not feel like I was gonna get a great result, but unfortunately I got very lucky with those two drive-throughs, and I was able to catch up and take the win. So
No, for sure. Lots of carnage today. What was your secret sauce to stay out of trouble?
ah, I don't think there was honestly any secret sauce. I think it all came. I just got a great stroke of luck this race, and obviously I had made the most of it. So I'm really grateful for that. And but yeah, just try to keep it clean. Try to not get into any incidents, and just keep it on the track. Yeah.
No, for sure. Do you have any questions for him, Devil?
Not really. Congratulations. Great drive, great comeback, and yeah, we'll see. I mean, good luck for Miami. Hope to see you next week.
Yeah, I appreciate it. You guys, good luck to you guys tomorrow as well. I'll be watching that.
Thank
Thank
you.
you very much. As we will go with Firegab. your P2 finisher. I gotta say, sir, that was a great strategy call at the end. Did you think it was going to work out that well?
Yeah, honestly, like I doesn't know why like everyone pit at the end. Like it it was just VSC. So I for me it was obvious that I didn't need to stop, and yeah, so I managed it like pretty nice, and yeah.
You know, I definitely think that was the right call. Did your car handle like you wanted it out there today? Or did you think, well, if I raced here again, I would make any changes?
Honestly, I was pretty slow. Like coming to this track, I've got no confidence. Like I've did like 1 hour practice before, but just that, and so really my pace was terrible. So I'm just happy to be second at the end, and yeah, that's it.
No, for sure. Do you have any questions for our second place finishers, Devil?
Uh, Not really. I mean, great comeback again. Great strategy call. For the like you said, damage limitation. So yeah, fantastic drive. Great strategy call, and yeah, congratulations on the P2. Looking forward to seeing you out in Miami next week.
Thanks, man. Good luck for tomorrow as well.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so with that, just want to say congratulations and good job by our top three again for surviving. Unfortunately, our third place finisher could not get in here for interviews today, but that is going to conclude our AM2 stream. So again, we have EU1 and AM1 tomorrow, so make sure you tune into that. And until next time, I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. And remember to keep your tires on the track.